Andy Johnson here, Minnesota State University. Welcome to my world. We're looking at mastery learning today. It is a form of teacher-centered instruction, and on your screen you see a whole bunch of different things that could be considered teacher-centered instruction. We are looking at mastery learning, and as I said, these are all variations on a similar theme. But in the world of education, nothing is clear-cut. It is a form of direct instruction developed by Benjamin Bloom, who is trying to scientificize the world of education, saying if everyone would just do this, then all education problems would be solved. One in a mini line of educational messiahs who thought they could cure education. His belief, and by the way, mastery learning is an important tool to have in your toolbox. It should not be the only tool, and that's the one problem with anything. If you find one tool and use that one tool only, whether it be discovery learning, guided discovery learning, whatever it is, if you use only that, it is not effective because children are not standardized products. But it was based on the belief that all children can learn with appropriate learning conditions. A wonderful sentiment. By the way, all children can learn. I believe that. Learning is a human condition. The core ideas. Aptitude to learn was the length of time it took you to learn something. And then everyone can learn, but you run them through the conveyor belt enough times. That is kind of the essence of it. Features, you have group-based instruction. I know it can be done with small groups, but in general. It's teacher-centered where the teacher directs all the action and you have clearly specified learning objectives. There's a specific curriculum that's been identified. That means you have a scope and a sequence. This is what we are going to teach. You are going to master this. Units are broken down into subunits, and you teach each little subunit. And you have a defined level of mastery on each subunit. The students, if they meet the criteria, they move on. If not, you repeat as necessary. Run them through the conveyor belt again and again and again. It uses a structured form of teaching. Some mastery learning actually have structured direct instruction, and you simply repeat or remediate. Students who finish early, well, you do some student-centered activities, some enrichment activities, some learning-centered sorts of things. Essentially, if you're doing whole class mastery learning, the ones who finished have to kind of tread water while the other ones catch up because you can't leave students behind. And again, it's a valuable tool, but it should not be your only tool. There's definite places where it's effective. So you pre-teach to look for problems or pre-test. And if students meet their criteria, well, then they go on and do other things. Then you teach your little subunit, you test, reteach, if necessary, retest, repeat, repeat, repeat. That, in essence, is mastery learning. We will look at expository teaching next. And again, mastery learning, a wonderful tool, but it should not be your only tool. People often think sometimes in special ed that we'll just do a lot of mastery learning. Yup, that's what we'll do. Well, then you actually limit learning. So don't do that.